Hello all, welcome to Ambari Cloud YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to walk through the Spark data as code concept, and then we're going to read the table from catalog link database. So we're going to use the Spark as a branching or wrap, and then we're going to create a table in Polaris catalog. Then we're going to read it from catalog link database. So I will walk through step by step here. Okay, so let's create a session. So here, I'm going to show actually how are we going to create a access to Polaris catalog. So here you're going to create a Spark session, then you're going to provide all the rest details, and then where is what is your warehouse name, URL to Polaris catalog, your API, and just look at what we have. And we have two namespaces, market and sales. And then look at what table we have. Remember in previous video, if you watch on the LinkedIn catalog video I presented, so we created the two tables. And okay, so I'm going to create a new table and drop it if it is already there. It's called, I'm going to call as cow1, and then I'm going to create that table, and then I'm going to add the data. And then just check it out, what are the branch names we have, and just curiosity for a look at the what is the history. Now let's go to Snowflake, and then let's refresh. Okay, let's refresh here. Okay, okay, I dropped that one. So let me create the catalog linked database back to, to save cost, right? I dropped it. Otherwise, every 30 seconds is going to run a refresh. Is going to cost me a lot because it has to open the virtual warehouse and execute, right? So that's why. Okay, so let's refresh here, and still it is doing the refresh. So let's wait for, okay, and give us some time. Yes, now it is. Look at this one, cow table is there. Now I'm going to query the cow1 table. So let's run from the Snowflake. Okay. So we saw 4 rows, which is nice. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to enable the branch. I mean wrap. I'm not using the branch now for quickly. I'm going to use the wrap concept here. Wrap ID, enable the wrap ID. So wrap ID 124, and then set that wrap ID for the Spark session. Now then just look at the references, and then let's look at the count again, 4 rows. Now I'm going to insert another 4 rows. Okay, and then since we enable the wrap, right, still it is not visible to the end user. So the original cow table still has one. Just look at it in the Snowflake also. Okay, yeah, we inserted another 4 rows, but still not there, available to the main branch. And then if you look at here references, yeah, still nothing. We didn't have completed the cherry pick. And just look for let's look for one more time. Look at the snapshots. Okay, so now we have a original snapshot, and then a new snapshot, but this snapshot is not still attached to the parent yet. So that's why if you look at here, the original snapshot is still the previous one. I mean, like the main branch snapshot, what I mean. Okay, and then let's look at then whatever we looked at the history table and all the stuff. Now what we're gonna do is, we're gonna run the publish changes, right? We're gonna fast forward publish changes. Okay, I'm going to publish changes. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna execute it. Okay, now look at what's the take count. Now look at 8 rows. Okay, and so we'll come back and then do expert snapshots and all that stuff. But let's look at in the Snowflake table. Okay, still 4 because we are still waiting to refresh. So here takes some time because the table need to be get refreshed from Snowflake because we are doing like 30-second refresh. Okay, now you see another 4 rows. Okay, so we have a table. We inserted initially 4 rows, then we create a branch in a wrap and our branch. Then we insert another 4 rows. Those 4 rows are not available in Snowflake, but after we enable the publish fast forward, we have the data coming in. So now I'm going to, run the, expire snapshots, and then, yeah, so you can look at table dot, right, snapshot. Okay. Now we can check it out, and then, the whole, remember here, if you saw here, we have multiple snapshots, but then we expired it. It's gone now, and then original snapshot. So original snapshot is this one, parent become parent, and then now we have latest snapshot. Now let's take the count, and so 8 rows. Then again from Snowflake, 8 rows. So what is the purpose here, right? So when you have use ETL, and you don't want, while you're loading the data into your Iceberg table, and you don't want the data visible to the end user until you complete your ETL process, load process, and you want to do validation. Once you've done the validation, you do the cherry pick or publish, or fast forward. It depends on how you want to do. And then that new data visible to the end user in Snowflake. But if you're still loading, Snowflake still seeing the old data only. They have not seen the new ETL load yet. So that's the beauty of Iceberg here. So using the Spark, we are using the data as code concept like a Git, and then end user still not seeing it from the Snowflake. But once you commit in your Spark code, which is basically cherry pick, then end users will be seeing it. But if you load the data and then you don't like the data quality or some issues the data, then you can do simply roll back. You don't have to do cherry pick, or or you can using the Spark, you can roll back, but then then end users will not be seeing it. Or let's assume even end user sees it in the Snowflake, but if you realize, oh, okay, we have some issue, then you can do rollback, right? So you look at one of the video I created, or how to roll back to previous snapshot. So then once you do that, then Snowflake will seeing the world data. So I'll do one more video on that one. Okay. So we do the branching and we load the data. Snowflake will see it, but I want to do rollback to the previous snapshot. Then we will show that how Snowflake will be also doing the rollback. Okay. Any questions? Reach out to me, skondapalli@ambaricloud.com. Thank you.